Well, good morning. It's currently 3:30 in the morning and I've just arrived on a West Coast beach. I've been here 10 minutes just to get the setup, just put 2 rods out and I'm after a bass. Using ragworm on both rods. Dug the ragworm yesterday afternoon. One rod is I'm using a pulley rig, and the other one I'm using a sliding ledger rig. Now the tide is dropping, and it's got about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to low tide. Sunrise is at about 5 o'clock, but it's actually starting to get light now. So I know I only got here for maybe an hour of darkness, but I didn't fancy staying out all night. So my plan is to fish here, last hour, hour and a half of darkness to low tide. Possibly do an hour, half an hour, 45 minutes into daylight, and then maybe move off to another mark and fish the low tide up to mid tide. It's a really nice morning. It says it's a 12 to 13 mile an hour easterly. It feels a bit less, to be honest. It's quite calm here. So yeah, any updates and I'll put the camera on. Well, I don't believe this. First cast, that bait has been out there no longer 5 to 10 minutes, and I've just had on a pennel rig a double shot of little Gilthead bream. Never caught Giltheads before, but there's 2 of them there. One's come off the other hook. They were both hooked, one on the top hook, one on the bottom. This one's a little bit bigger, if he doesn't spike me. But there we go, absolutely fantastic. I thought they were 2 blacks at first, but 2 little Gilthead bream. I am over the moon about that. Got a bit of a tangle with my other line bringing them in. But I'm gonna get them unhooked, get baited up, get straight back out there. Oh my God, I'm so happy about that. You can see the little gnashes on them. Come on. Well, I was getting little taps and I thought, my God, I'm into a fish already here. But a double shot of Gilthead bream on a pennel rig, I mean, that is amazing. Just get this hook out. Right, I'll get them sorted out, get back out there. Right, I've just got that rod back out there. Baited up exact same way, 2 ragworm on there. I'm absolutely over the moon about that. I've had Gilthead bream on my target list for this year, and I've tried a couple of times. Been going with a friend of mine. We've been trying a few spots and haven't had any luck. I mean, don't get me wrong, those, you know, they're only small, but I'm over the moon about that. Really wasn't expecting that either. I know you get them here. They tend to be a bit smaller, the ones here, as you can see. But I really don't mind. I'm really over the moon about that. So it's getting light pretty quickly now. It's such a nice morning. But hopefully there's more fish to come. I mean, that's such a great way to get first species, you know, especially two on one rig. So I'll come back to you. I'm just going to check the other rod as well. So I've got a bit of tangled up reeling in one of them, so I'm just going to check the bait, and get a fresh bait out there if need be. Hopefully we get a little bass show up as well. Well, as you can see, pretty much daylight now. Didn't get long in the darkness at all, really. Now, the rod with the pulley rig on, I've just changed to a 2-hook flapper. Got a bit of weed tangled up in the other rig, and I just thought, if there's bream around, I'm going to put a flapper rig on. And also it's got size 2 hooks on, so there is the odd chance of a flatty around here as well. Now, I don't know if the fishing is going to die off now that it's got light. Seems to be getting a couple of taps on that left hand rod. Now, it could just be the lead rolling around, or a bit of weed just hitting it. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on them. And I'm going to keep checking the baits, because the ragworm doesn't last long in the water. Yeah, I dug the worm yesterday, so it's so satisfying when you go out and dig your own bait and then catch fish on it. So hopefully there's some more fish about. So, as you can see, I'm off the beach now, and I've just got to another mark. Now, I cut the beach session a little short. There was nothing else happening really. It got light really quickly, and as soon as it got light, I had a couple more taps on both rods, but no hookups. So yeah, cut it short. The rod I was using with the braid on it was causing quite a lot of issues with weed. Obviously, with the braid being a little heavier, it was sinking into the water more, and it was catching loads of weed and became a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, I gave it about half an hour, 45 minutes as it got into daylight, and then decided to pack up. Now, my plan was just that, to go to another rock mark and fish the low water. However, that rock mark is quite a fair walk, and I've got a lot of stuff with me, so I didn't really fancy that. So what I've done is come just down the road, and I'm going to do a little bit of bass fishing with the lure rod for about half an hour. I've found the bass quite hard to come by lately, and I haven't really fished this mark that much. I usually come here in the summer. It's a good mark in the summer, quite consistent. But yeah, I've got the lure rod with me. Going to be using the Sidewinder weedless minnow, and yeah, have a few chucks with that and see if there's anything about, and then hopefully go fish the tied up Just got to think of somewhere to go. There's an easterly wind, but it's not as strong as it was forecast, so a few more opportunities there. But anyway, let's go do a bit of lure fishing. Now I'm actually going to be fishing pretty much straight into the wind here, but like I said, it's not too strong, so I'm hoping it'll be alright. And I'm also hoping I didn't get absolutely plagued by weeds like every other spot I've tried to lure fish lately. But we'll give it a go. Hopefully there's some fish about. I've had about 25-30 casts now, so I'll have a couple more and then I'm going to head off. Only came for a quick chuck to see if there's anything about. Now the tide will just be turning now. It'll be the beginning of the flood. So what I think I'll do is, I've still got some bait to use up. I think I'll go try somewhere for a couple hours. It's still early, it's only about 6:30 AM. So we'll give that a go and see how the rest of the morning pans out.